Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Game Chat with Bwana. I'm going through puberty again, I'm sorry. All of a sudden I'm 13 years old and my voice is cracking. Jenny, will you go to the prom with me? This is episode 19 of Game Chat with Bwana. We're going to talk about the latest news, the latest gaming stuff that happened in the past week, and that's what we do at Game Chat with Bwana every Monday night. We come here at live.bwana.tv or justin.tv/Bwana, and we talk about the past 7 days of gaming news, worthy news, because there's a lot more stuff that we don't talk about. And I choose a bunch of stories, and then you guys go to my forums at bwana.tv/forums, and you submit your own stories that you feel should be talked about as well. And so far, we've had quite a few good stories here, and I want to make sure, definitely want to make sure that we get all your ideas into the show, because that's one of the things that differentiates this show from what I've done in the past. And people don't understand the difference between this show. Sometimes they don't understand the difference between this show and Bwana.org radio. Bwana.org radio is just me going blah, whereas this show has interactive chat. The chat is overlaid on the screen. You guys can participate via that's my phone, I apologize. You guys can participate via the chat and on the forums by submitting the links. And I actually do pay attention. Let's just throw it on the floor. I actually do pay attention to the chat during the cast, so should be a pretty fun time. So we're here. Let's go ahead and get started. Not gonna prolong it any longer no more. Yes, I am. If you subscribe, you know I am gonna prolong the inevitable. We're gonna talk about the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Go to techpodcast.com. Check out a whole bunch of other podcasts like mine, like this particular one right here. And you can see tech stuff, you can see gaming stuff. I'll admit, I'm gonna confess, I haven't looked at the directory in over a month, and there's been some new shows added, and I'm kind of curious as to what shows have been added. So I'm probably gonna check it out soon after this show, and see some of the newcomers and what they're actually producing over there. If you guys start a podcast, you want to get started in this thing that I'm doing with video, or it could just be audio. Go to techpodcast.com, and submit an application, see if you can get accepted into our network. We help guys like you along. Well, I'm not going to say like you, but if you don't know your way around the podcasting space, we kind of give you a hand, and we promote each other through the community. So check us out at techpodcast.com. We're going to start with an update. I usually don't talk about updates that much on the show, but I felt today I should, because there was a lot of updates today. The first being a game that I have been playing called Brink, and I did promise that I am going to be reviewing this game. But I want to wait for a couple patches and wait for a couple of bug fixes before I do, because there were some glaring issues that I didn't want to really hurt my experience, because I've had a pretty positive first impression with Brink, but one of the things that almost killed it for me, was the sound. You would go on certain maps. For me, it was the same map every time. It was MP Fuel, and you would go on the map on Brink, and then all the sound would just stop until you either reload the game or you reload or you go to another map. And sometimes you come back to the same map, and then the sound would die again. And you would be surprised as to how much that affects the gameplay, how much that affects the fun factor in the game. When you're just running around with no sound at all, and it's just like, you can't hear anything, you can't hear the guns, you can't hear anything going on. And, but anyway, that's the very first bullet in these patch notes, is that it fixes the sound dropping out when playing network games. Now, I know a lot of community members and people on the forums have also expressed interest in the ATI problems, the ATI graphics card, and even some NVIDIA card holders, have said that Brink's had some graphical performance issues, and those have been addressed as well. There's some other things. People were crashing when they alt-tab out of the game. That's been fixed. Some server browser stuff. One of the things I really noticed like right away is the text chat in the game has been increased. It used to be kind of small. You used to have to squint a little bit to read it. So if someone said something, you could easily miss it if you're in the middle of a fight or something. And there have also been some improvements on the dedicated servers, improved CPU performance, and NPC spawning. So check it out over on SteamPower.com. The Brink update is out, came out today. I have tried it, and there is definitely some improvements, and it looks like a lot of my issues were addressed. And look for the review coming soon. I got to work on it when I get some free time. Next story, we're also going to talk about another change list, if you will, or another update that's not actually here yet, but it is coming. This is Minecraft 1.6, and the world famous Notch has posted on his blog the change list for Minecraft 1.6, and it includes a lot of things that he has already announced on his Twitter or just in other places, but a couple of surprises. I was like, and a lot, get this, a lot of bug fixes. I was like, whoa. This is a lot of bug fixes. But some of the new things first. He's adding the Nether support to multiplayer. Craftable maps. We talked about that on the previous show, I believe. He's going to be adding hatches. And I kind of scratched my head at this one. I kind of got in my mind what a hatch is and what Minecraft is. I'm trying to marry the two. So I'm not sure how he's going to implement hatches. But I'm kind of curious. He's going to be adding grass, tall grass. And there used to be, or there still is, a mod called the Tall Grass mod, I believe, which added some pixelated grass to the maps. And apparently, you're going to have to get seeds from that from now on. You're not going to be able to mine seeds or harvest seeds the way you did in the past. Mushrooms are now going to be growing and spreading. There's a server property view distance parameter where you can specify how far players can see, and I think that'll help with some performance problems on the server side. Now, a lot of bug fixes. Oh my goodness. He's also got some other things. No longer possible to build solid blocks on the top layer of the maps. I don't really care about that. Players stuck in walls. Booster tracks are faster. Nerfed fire so it doesn't spread slower. I'm still scared of fire on Minecraft. The seeds thing. When you destroy blocks by other players, you'll see the particle effects. Dispensers, doors, make sounds for other players. So now it's going to be like Terraria, where you're going to be hearing doors opening and closing everywhere. And there's been some songs added. Now the bugs. This is over 70 bug fixes, ranging from everything. I'm not going to go through all of them, but Notch has been busy fixing bugs. And one of the things, the biggest gripes I had with the current Minecraft implementation is the server code. Being that I run 3.5 servers, three servers, I kind of get a little bit of a headache when we run into performance problems and working around those performance problems and having to have so much hardware to serve 8 to 16 players is really challenging. So I'm hoping that Notch actually does something to the server side code. I'm hoping this view distance may be able to increase the user limit and do some other things. So this is the change list for 1.6, Minecraft 1.6, coming later this week. Check it out on the word of Notch at notch.tumblr.com. Get the details over there. You can check it out. Next story, another update. This is Update Frenzy. Update Frenzy. Terraria, the new darling in the indie gaming category on PC platform, is taking off big time. The game has been top seller on Steam for I don't know how long. It's been #1 in the number of players played for I don't know how long, probably since release. Everybody who's into indie games either has heard of Terraria or is playing Terraria right now, and probably people who are watching this podcast have Terraria open in another window. The game just has that same hook that just pulls you in, and you just have to play for 12 hours nonstop. And it's actually very, very fun. I'm going to probably talk about this on a video, separate video as well. But I was really happy to see it's already had 2, maybe 3 updates, and it's only been out for a little bit more than a week. So that's promising, but we're already starting to see new content. And the developers promised us new content with Terraria, because with RPGs and these types of games where you have to get loot, and the primary drive is to get loot, to get swords, to get all kinds of things like that, it's easy to hit a wall. Once you get everything, you're like, now what? So that's what brings players back to MMORPGs. That's what brings them back to RPGs. And we've already got a new item. We're going to be getting a sticky bomb, which requires 5 gel and a bomb. So you'll be able to become a demo man, a real demo man, like from TF2, with sticky bombs that stick to walls by crafting that. He's also fixed some bugs, or red and blue fixed some bugs, sand duping bug, the bed bug. Oh, the bed bug. I made a funny bed bugs. The bed bug, when you place a bed far from spawn, it used to crash, depending on some situations with the player profile and things like that. There's also been a couple of nerfs, and I think some people might be upset if they haven't got all the armor. If you mine stone from the nether region, it's a little bit harder now. It's gonna require at least a demonite pick or higher, and it's gonna take longer to mine. And if you've been down there, you know that it's actually very challenging to mine down there because there's constant imps spawning with all kinds of things coming at you. All right, and the clay pot now has the correct size. I have no idea what that means. I haven't played since the update. Some other thing. Some performance problems. Increased client-side multiplayer stability. That was a problem. Should resolve many crashes. I've crashed quite a few times, but started it right back up. Frame skip is on by default. Corrected the bug where you would not take falling damage. That happened to me on stream. And I was like, "Quit." I was actually very confused. I jumped from the top and I misplaced the jump, and I was expecting to die, and then I just landed, and I was like, "What? What? And I stood there for a good 10 seconds, confused. Apparently, there was a bug with that. This next one is a big one. Our community members who've been playing Terraria know about this. The worlds can get corrupted, and your player profiles can get corrupted, and you can lose everything. And that's easily 12 to 15 hours worth of work down the drain. And it can be very, 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 very frustrating. So that now the world file is saved to a temporary file first while it's saving. So if something happens, server crashes, like with the bed bug, then your world file won't become corrupt. Other fixes in here, you got to check them out, guys. And if you haven't played Terraria, let me tell you, I haven't reviewed the game yet, but buy it. Just do yourself a favor and buy it. You will be happy that you bought Terraria. It is a game that we will definitely recommend from a long time. If you play Minecraft, don't feel like you're betraying Minecraft. It is not a Minecraft clone, contrary to what people may tell you or what people may say. It is a different type of game, and you will like it. So, Terraria update. That's 3 updates. 3 updates today. Big updates of games that I play quite a bit. So, I was kind of happy to see all these. So, check it out, guys. Terraria update has been released. Now, we're going to talk about a couple of big companies here, both of which have been in the news recently. One positive and one kind of negative. Sony's the negative, obviously, with all the hacks that are going on. There's some other stories that came out about new hacks from Sony, but I'm not talking about them tonight. Because some of them didn't have to do with the gaming divisions, but Sony's just backpedaling. It's like a, you know the first time you played Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and you went to fight Mike Tyson, and then you're like, oh man, I'm at the boss, I'm gonna win, and then you die, one hit. And then you get up and you die again. And then you die again. On, two, three, think I on. And Mike Tyson knocks you out 3 times. That's the way Sony is the little fighter that's getting knocked down. Every time they get back up, Mike Tyson, the hackers, knock them back down. So when I saw this story right here, I felt a little bit of pity. Because this is a company that's getting beat down. And Rockstar recently released a game called LA Noire. It's been all over the news, been all over the gaming news. Has very, very great, groundbreaking facial recognition software where people are talking. You're like, oh my goodness, they look real. We've said that before, but it's like the people in the game look freaking real. But they're a little weird looking because their bodies are like old video games and their faces are like humans. So it's almost like they're like, yeah. I'm like, something does not belong. Does not belong. But LA Noire is getting good marks everywhere. And apparently there were some issues with LA Noire on the PS3. Apparently there were overheating problems. And initially, Rockstar and Take-Two came out and said and blamed the PS3 3.61 firmware. They were like, this firmware is causing overheating. And then Sony was on the ground bleeding from all the hackers. They look up, they go, no, it's not the firmware. It's not the firmware. Stop picking on us. We're already down. So Sony came out and basically retorted and said, nope, it is not the firmware. And eventually the two got together and basically came with a joint statement stating that yes, the game does have issues and they give you some suggestions, but it's not related to the firmware update that's causing the PS3 consoles to overheat. So I don't know where exactly the problem is. And at this point, I don't play LA Noire, but I know a lot of people who do. I haven't heard from anybody I know that's had overheating problems with their PS3. Of course, I only know a handful of people that bought this. But I don't know. I don't know how legitimate the problem is, and but if it's a problem, then okay. Hopefully, they'll fix it. But wow, I feel sorry for Sony. That's my point in all this. I was like, okay, Sony, here's a pity card. I got to play the pity card. I'm sorry for you, because at this point, it's gone from anger to straight up pity, and you're looking at the hackers going, please have mercy on them. They've learned their lesson. And the hackers like, no, I don't think they've learned their lesson. We're going to hack a few thousand more sites this week, and they will learn after that. Sony will learn. You're like, no, stop hitting him. He's learned his lesson. You need to stop. He's going to... No! That's kind of how my brain works, by the way. But check it out, guys. This story is over on escapist.com. They got the details over there.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
So, we're going to move on to our next story. And it has to do with Zipper Interactive, the makers of SOCOM series, and also most recently the MAG game on the PS3 platform. And I was kind of sad to see this, and I was a little taken back because I didn't expect it. I don't know how bad SOCOM 4 did. It didn't get the best of reviews. But apparently Zipper Interactive has laid off some of the staff following the SOCOM 4 completion. And if you go to this article, they've kind of spun the terminology, or they spun the news that this is normal business practice. After you complete a big project such as this, we lay people off and then we eventually hire them back as we. And I don't know. I don't know. Just everything that's going on with Sony and everything that's going on in the gaming industry, how it's cutthroat now, how studios are being cut off left and right. I wouldn't call this business as usual. Even though it may have happened in the past, in this atmosphere, I would call it business as usual. So if you're a fan of the SOCOM series and a fan of the Max series, you've got a little bit of reason to be worried about the future of those franchises. I don't know where they're going to go with it. Hopefully we'll get some new life from Zipper at upcoming E3. Maybe they'll announce something with MAG or something with SOCOM, or maybe a new IP. Remember, they shocked us before with the MAG announcement a few E3s ago. But it's like, wow, I feel bad for these guys too, the people who got laid off. So gonna be watching this one very, very closely as Zipper Interactive lays off staff. Check it out, guys. That's over on joystick.com. They got the details over here. And back to Sony. Sony released their earnings. Nobody was expecting good news. I got a report on this because it's a big thing. Sony has officially released their numbers. First, I mean, the article headline tells you that the hack is going to cost them $171 million, but that's not even. That's not even. Remember those Japan earthquakes? You guys remember that? People are already starting to forget that. That affected Sony big time. This is a company. Sony is big in Japan, huge in Japan. So, coupled with just bad market, coupled with probably Sony missing the mark on some things, the earthquakes, the PSN hacks that are still ongoing, all the freebies they got to give us, all the money they got to spend, all the lawsuits. The whole company expects a net loss of 260 billion yen, or 1.9 billion euros, or $3.1 billion. That's losses. And E3's coming up. So how just let's just think about E3s of past. You know, every company, all the big three, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, they come out on E3 basically gloating. They're glowing. They're pumping out numbers. They're talking about the success of the platform. They spend like an hour just saying, yes, we're the best. We're the best. We're the best. We're the best. And oh yeah, we're the best. You, down there in the first row, guess what? We're the best. We're the best. Hey, back row, guess what? Who's the best? Who's the best? Who's the best? That guy right there, he's the best. Who's the best? Who's the best? Who's the best? So you get an hour of that at E3. So this year at E3, how in the world are they going to do that? Microsoft has every reason in the world to do it. Microsoft's numbers are off the charts. Kinect was a roaring success. They're blowing the Wii out of the water. They're blowing everybody out of the water. The 360's on fire. Microsoft's going to be gloating. Nintendo's going to be gloating because they're still number one technically. They got the new Wii announcement coming up. How in the world are they going to save face? I mean, you can bring out Kevin Butler all you want. I'm sorry, man. It's going to be nearly impossible because this news is so close to E3. It's going to be fresh in everybody's mind. They're going to come out and say, well, we made blah, blah, blah. And people are going to be thinking, well, you lost $171 million on the PSN hack, so I don't know what you're talking about. It's going to be a very tough battle. It's going to be a high uphill climb. And again, I feel sorry for Sony. I feel sorry for them. I've never witnessed a company go through all of this in such a short amount of time. It's almost like a movie. It doesn't seem real. Because it's like almost every 2 or 3 days you hear about something bad with Sony again. So, yeah. We're going to be watching very closely at E3. But the purpose of this article here is basically they lost a lot of money, guys. They announced their earnings. They attributed it to the earthquake, to the PSN hacks, and also to other failures. Just a bad day. Bad day for Sony. So check it out, guys. That's over on PlayStationLifestyle.net. Guess what, guys? It's that time of year again. It's that time of year. You know it. You know it's coming. It's the summertime. It's just when the Modern Warfare hype machine has just started the engine, and they're now cruising along at 66,000 kilometers a second. Yes, already we've seen on Twitter 402 talking about, oh, the Modern Warfare 3, it's going to have a brand new engine. It's going to have a brand new engine. It's not going to be the same engine. We're going to have a lot of cool things added with this new engine. Okay. There was another post on News for Gamer. I think it was Hip Hop Gamer came out and said, oh, this is going to blow you away. This is the best thing you've ever seen. Modern Warfare 3 is so impressive. Blah, blah, blah. And now, multiplayerblog.mtv.com has posted a blog post that says, watch this blog post for the trailer that's coming out tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So yeah. And I'll admit, guys, I was real excited for Modern Warfare 2. I was semi-excited for Black Ops because of dedicated servers. This time around, I have kind of learned my lesson. And I think the chat room, my community, tends to think like I do. I just have zero interest in this Modern Warfare 3 game. And I can say that with all honesty. I have zero interest. Zero interest. And I know a lot of you out there like Modern Warfare, so I don't want to single you guys out, because you know you're gonna have fun with it. You can do what you want, but Bwana has no interest at all. I'm on this, this kick where I'm just tired of that formula. And even some of the new shooters that I'm playing, including Homefront, including Brink, they have elements of that formula, but I always look for something to differentiate from it. Always. I mean, when you hear me talk about Brink when I review it, I'm always going to be talking about what differentiates that from that COD formula. And this year, to me, I mean, I'm trying not to get too excited about it, but what I was feeling last year for Black Ops, I'm feeling this year for Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 looks and sounds like a great game, but as with any game, you have to be careful about the hype. So I'm basically setting my expectations accordingly, but I can't help it. I'm getting excited about it, and not just based on the gameplay trailers. I'm going back to my Battlefield 2 days. I'm going back to and remembering all the fun that I had playing Battlefield 2, and I'm kind of supplanting that into Frostbite 2 engine. So when I see Modern Warfare 3, I'm like, okay, here we go. Because I know Activision, I know how they do things. They're going to fly all these various media outlets out to where they probably already did it, to show them, give them a dog and pony show, get them on board, and then they're going to in turn come out and basically pump the hype machine. Nothing wrong with that. That's just the way it works. But it's that time of year again. You know it's coming. So check it out. Modern Warfare 3 gameplay trailer officially going to be released tonight. As Lincoln said in the chat, it's already been released it's already been leaked, so you guys probably have already seen it in some places. I haven't even seen it yet, and I like I said, frankly, I don't care. So check that out.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Okay, for our final two stories that we're going to talk about tonight, it's going to be a kind of short show tonight. Well, actually, with the titles and everything, it might go to an hour. Here's a report that I haven't got substantiated yet, but the rumor is still going, that IGN is looking to sell Direct-to-Drive to GameFly next week. And I was a little bit surprised by this, because it seems to me from a consumer perspective that Direct-to-Drive is doing pretty good. I have actually, in the past, I had bought nothing, but they've had some really, really good deals with games, with these coupon codes consistently. Like every weekend, they have these great deals, and I've been referring people to them. I've already bought 2 or 3 games from them. And I bought Brink from them, actually. And it's... Actually, I didn't buy Brink from. Yeah, I bought Brink from them because it was on sale for like $30-some or something, $39 on Direct-to-Drive. So, and that was before it came out. So IGN is looking to sell Direct-to-Drive, and they bought them like not even. I don't think it's been 5 years since they bought them. I don't remember exactly when they bought them, but it hasn't been that long. So I'm thinking about the possibility of GameFly and Direct-to-Drive. Okay, so GameFly seems to want to have a PC arm, because right now GameFly is pretty much all console, and with companies like Redbox coming out with game rentals, it could potentially hurt GameFly. So maybe GameFly is looking towards the future and say, hey, we need to supplement our revenue with something else. We can't rely on this game rental thing, especially if Redbox is coming on board, because that's going to be very popular. Redbox game rentals once it really takes off, I guess they need some sort of a revenue stream, and this is something that they haven't done yet until now, not that I know of. I don't think GameFly has done PC rentals, and we see companies like OnLive doing essentially subscriptions to PC games as well, and OnLive even has a console like box. So there's going to be competition for GameFly. Obviously, they're going to have to compete with Steam, the juggernaut in the room, the big fat elephant, Steam. So we will see. Maybe GameFly may use Direct-to-Drive's platform to do their own rental system on PC platform. Who knows? But if you think about it from GameFly's perspective, it makes sense. But I don't know why IGN would get rid of it. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it wasn't doing. It seemed like it was doing fine. So I don't know the numbers. I don't know the hard numbers. That probably will tell a lot about this story. So check it out, guys, over on GamePolitics.com. IGN is looking to sell Direct-to-Drive to GameFly next week. And for our final story, we're going to go to the department of the cute department, especially if you are a Portal fan, Portal 2. Personality cores. These baby little cores. Aww. It's so cute. It's little cute personality cores. These are awesome. This was posted on joystick.com. This is a robot engineer, Chris Miles, who actually posted a video of these Portal 2 personality sphere figures of Wheatley and all these guys, and it looks like the eyes do light up and everything. Very, very well done. I mean, the look and feel of these look very authentic, and it's like Daw. So check out the video on these particular things. They're very, very cute. I wish they would sell these, but it doesn't look like they're going to be on sale. But he can make a lot of money with these. I know I'd probably want one if they were on sale. So check it out. And that concludes tonight's show. We're going to move on to the next segment of our show where we get stories from you guys on the forum. So stay tuned.
Tune in to all things Bwana throughout the week on live.bwana.tv and on justin.tv/Bwana.
Actually, I don't know if they can talk. That's a good question. I don't know if they can talk. So, we're going to go to our links that you guys submitted on our forum. And first one's from Fish Twit. He submitted quite a few. Play Star Wars TIE Fighter in Google Chrome. Google Chrome. So yeah, this looks like it's taking advantage of Chrome's, I want to say HTML5, but I'm not sure what technology it's using. But I do remember the iconic DOS game from 1994, TIE Fighter. Oh man, and I was really bad at it, and I was mad at myself for being bad at it because I love Star Wars so much. And TIE Fighter was such an awesome game. If you guys haven't played this, wow. You're missing a piece of history. But now you can. If you're a Chrome user, you may already know of the native client. Okay, so this is using the Chrome native client. I think we've seen Angry Birds and a lot of other things use that. NaCl box create a DOS box that's worked with native client live browsers for DOS video gameplay. Oh, I read about... Okay, now I remember this because I think people were playing Warcraft in Chrome and Dune 2 in Chrome using NaCl box. So you can run a DOS box within Chrome, and if you check out the video, it looks like you can play TIE Fighter. So I might give this a try because I might have my discs. I actually had floppies of Warcraft 2, and I actually had floppies of Dune 2, and I actually had floppies of Command and Conquer. Oh man, I'm going through my garage in my head, and I don't know if I still have them. But yeah, this is very, very cool. Check it out, guys. Great link. Fish Twit, thanks for that link. Next story from Fish Twit is Rift. We were talking about this tonight, and I was talking about how much I miss it. Rift is bringing free server transfers in the upcoming patch. So if you're on a Rift server and you want to move servers to one of your friends' servers, the patch 1.3 apparently is going to give you that capability. And we'll look at the quote. MMOs are all about playing with your friends no matter which server they're on, and that's why we're offering a free service to our subscribers. Rift is both a game and a service, and adding free server transfers is just one more way we can make this the best possible MMO, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. It's going to be free, and they were talking about how WoW charges $25 for a server transfer, and blah, blah, blah. So this is coming early this summer in patch 1.3. Very cool. Thank you, Mr. Fishtwit. Next link is Homefront. Homefront patch 1.04 expected very soon. PC patch. There's another game that got ripped apart in the reviews, but I actually like it. This new player-driven patch of the PC version of Homefront expected out any day. It's going to have increased weapon damage for head and torso shots with all weapons, increased recoil. Check it out. Check this out. 15% recoil increase across all weapons. Have you ever seen a shooter do that? Oh, man. 15% recoil increase on all weapons. So they're going to increase the damage now, so it may work itself out. You're going to be able to reduce UI elements, blah, 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 blah. Only squad members on your map. Looks like they got a bunch of UI toggles. Player nameplates for enemies will not show up. Let's see. Disable death follow cam. Looks like a server-side thing. Disable auto reload. Disable the follow cam. First-person cockpits. Force first-person cockpits. Looks like another server-side setting. Third-person view is not permitted for drone. Yep. Options. Force ace helicopters. Options. Yeah. So looks like they're gonna add some stuff to the dedicated server tool. Idle kick time. Auto balance stuff. Voting. Looks like a very cool thing. Some balance to the weapons. Point adjustment. And here's the one I want to see. And I'm glad to see it. A global ban list. A global ban list. So, cheating was a big problem in Homefront when I last played it. The latest patch that came out the last time I played it fixed it. A lot of the cheating issues, but they were slowly creeping back in. So, they're going to have a global ban list. And what the problems that I actually saw was I see a cheater. I say, all right, I'm leaving the server. He's cheating. And then he gets banned from that server, and then he'd come to the server I'm on. I'm like, ah. So a global ban list will help fix that. So very, very cool. Great link. Thank you, Mr. Fishwit. And he's not done. Looks like the Penguin is coming to Arkham City. Penguin. Wah, wah. Oswald Cobblepot, a.k.a. the Penguin. It's going to be featured as one of the new villains in October's Batman Arkham City. And that's very, very cool. Penguin is a good villain. He's not, something that, they should overlook often. I like him. I don't think they did him justice in the movies. If you guys saw, I think it was the second Batman or the third Batman, they didn't do Penguin justice. Penguin is a mastermind. He's a crazy guy. And this game's going to be released on October 21st. So check it out. Penguin is going to try to kill Batman in Arkham City. Okay, Hershka has posted some links. LA Noire breaks a record. Talked about this earlier tonight. LA Noire being in the news. And it becomes, that face. LA Noire becomes UK's fastest selling new IP. Wow. Chart Track revealed today that Team Bondi's crime drama is the fastest selling new video game IP intellectual property ever in the United Kingdom. And the 13th fastest selling title during launch week on the Xbox 360 and the 11th fastest on the PS3. So, it goes without saying, whenever Rockstar comes out with a game of this magnitude, it's always going to be candidate for Game of the Year. They always release these blockbuster-like titles, and they get a lot of positive critical analysis. They sell very well. You guys really like Rockstar games. So yeah, they broke the record on UK's fastest-selling new IP. So congratulations to LA Noire for shattering those records. And the next link by Hershka Bubble was Dead Space 2. It's going to have adding free multiplayer maps. Huh. Now that's something you don't hear about very often. Free maps. Free maps. Free maps? Oh, what do you mean? So EA is going to be adding 2 multiplayer maps for free to Dead Space 2 in a couple weeks. The Outbreak map pack, which includes the Academy and the Concourse. That's going to be May 31st that they are going to be coming out. So that's pretty cool. So if you guys own Dead Space 2, you'll be happy to know that a couple of new multiplayer maps will be coming free in a couple days, actually. That's going to be, I believe, early next week. You'll be seeing these coming to Dead Space 2. Okay, Atlas has posted a link. ATB. I did it too. APB Beta goes live. And when I game on Mumble today after work, that's what the guys were talking about. People were downloading All Points Bulletin. Open Beta is live now. So you can go sign up for the new reboot of APB. A lot of people said it wouldn't happen. They said once the game went under, it was gone for good. But apparently now the free-to-play reboot of APB has reached open beta status, so anyone can go and sign up, pending any country limitations. I don't think there are any. So yeah, apparently this is a great story because APB was the shortest MMO ever. It was out for a few months, couple months, and then boom, it was canceled. 79 days on the market. That's how long it was out. So if you were curious to try APB and you were like, man, they killed it before I can try it, you can try it for free now with this open beta. Check it out. This is over on Escapist Magazine. Thanks for the link. Atlas. So, next link is Fish Twit, Winnie the Pooh invades Square Enix. Okay. Oh, Chrono Trigger and Winnie the Pooh have combined forces to form this. DeviantArt user Songblade X drew this poster for what is sure to be one of the year's best imaginary RPGs. Oh man, that's very weird that they combined Chrono Trigger. Look at Tigger. Wow, that's pretty imaginative. He's got the honey pot there and everything. Look at Tigger. That's a very, very good poster. Nicely done. I never even dreamed of that combination. So, kudos to this Songblade X. That's a great poster. Thanks for that link, FishTwit. E3 2011 predictions. Oh, here we go. So, this is good timing because E3 is going to be, I think, the week after next. I think it's the second week of June. So yeah, remember, I was basically talking about this, about the PSN debacle. How in the world are they going to be able to gloat? And this site says that Sony will apologize for the PSN debacle. If you need the APB Beta link, go to our forum. All the links are there, so it should have a download link there. But yeah, Sony is definitely going to apologize. There's going to be a lot of, I'm sorry, we're sorry. Maybe there'll be a big reveal of some sort of a care package for everybody. Sony will announce the price, name, and launch lineup for the NGP. That's pretty much going to happen. I think it is going to happen. They say, maybe. I think it is going to happen. Microsoft will unveil the next Xbox. They say no way. I agree. I don't think they're going to reveal it. They might show us a teaser. They might show us like a conceptual drawing or something. But we'll see. Microsoft will congratulate itself on Kinect sales. I love that. Congratulations, self. On Kinect sales numbers, and then proceed to show a bunch of Kinect games that are underwhelming. Well, that last part's opinionated, but yeah, I agree. Practically guaranteed, Microsoft has a lot to gloat about. They're probably going to be the ones smiling the most at this year's E3. We'll see a bunch of new Project Cafe games, including a new Mario title. Huh. That does make sense. A new Mario title. Let's see. New Super Mario Brothers was. Yeah, we'll see a new Mario title. That makes sense. Project Cafe. The new Wii. Isn't that what the new Wii is called? Project Cafe? Project Cafe. Project Cafe. Alright, Nintendo will announce that Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword is a launch title for Project Cafe. Wow, if they push it back that far, that'd be kind of messed up. I mean, a lot of people are waiting on that Skyward Sword. Grand Theft Auto 5 will be announced. Nah. Bungie's new game will be unveiled. Possibly. SWTOR will get a release date. I think so. I think SWTOR will get a release date. I think Guild Wars will get a release date. I think Skyrim we'll see a lot of action as well. We'll see a brand new Halo. No. Microsoft will take jabs at Sony. Nintendo will take jabs at Apple, and Sony will just keep its mouth shut. Yeah. Yeah. Good article. E3 predictions. This is over on games.ign.com. Thanks for that link. Raz Yami. Okay, Emrandil has hit us with a whole bunch of links. Guild Wars 2 beta this year. Awesome. Let's check out this story. The Guild Wars 2 beta is this year according to NCSoft, and I will definitely be all over that. This is probably going to be the MMO that everybody's going to be talking about for a long time, because they're doing things a little bit different. Even though SWTOR is the darling, I think Guild Wars is going to get a lot of hype. So during the financial conference call, it says starting from the year 2012, we believe substantial growth will be driven by titles Blazed and Guild Wars 2. It says Guild Wars 2 will go into beta testing stage the second half of this year. I think we talked about this in another show. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think we did. But Guild Wars 2 was announced in 2007, so people have been waiting patiently. So hopefully the beta will be out this year. Thanks, Emrandil, for that. Gamer's Voice slams Keith Vaz. UK Gamers Rights Group Gamers Voice has attacked notorious anti-video game MP Keith Vaz for tabling an amateurish early day motion. Okay, the House welcomes blah 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 to people to drop their joypads and venture out into the sunlight once in a while. Recognizes that video games have addictive properties. They do. Notes that children flourish when they undertake a variety of extracurricular experience. Further notes that the current Hungarian EU presidency priority of protecting minors from harm. Okay, our issue with EDM is that its amateurish delivery and reactionary tone. Basically, they were dissing video games, telling kids to go out and play, get some sunlight, and backing up the principle that kids who don't play video games can also get enrichment in their brain, I guess. He criticized a number of video games: Manhunt 2, Bully, and Counter-Strike. So this is kind of long. Unfortunately, I can't read it all, but I think I got the gist of it. So thanks for that link. And let's see. Survey points to Legacy of Kain revival. An online survey has hinted that Square Enix may be considering a revival of the Legacy of Kain series. The four names were Obsidian Blood, Obsidian Sun, Dead Sun, and Revenant. Said reader Dave Rabbit. Hello, Dave Rabbit. Legacy of Kain series won critical and commercial success for storytelling and unique visuals. I do remember the Legacy of Kain. So if you guys are into that, you're following the Legacy of Kain, you might see another one coming out. Cool. And gamers told Sony shooters feel the same. Huh? Gamers told Sony this? According to Lightbox boss, that's hard to say, Lightbox boss Dylan Jobe, Sony's own market research revealed a lot of gamers wanted something a little bit different from their shooter experience. You think? One game that can satisfy the need is PlayStation 3 exclusive Starhawk, which Job is confident will stand out as the most competitive genre in the gaming when it launches next year. Now, I talked about Starhawk last time. It is going to be something. I have confidence that the people behind Warhawk and Starhawk have the capability to offer something a little bit refreshing. I'm not going to say it's going to be a innovative, change everything thing. It's just every time I play these titles, when I first played Warhawk, I was like, wow, this is awesome. You know, it took me a while. It was a learning curve to learn how to fly their ships, but I was like, man, this is awesome. Warhawk is really, really cool. So Starhawk hopefully will do the same. But yeah, I agree, man. Shooters are, how can I put this? I think they've enjoyed too much success. I really think shooters have enjoyed too much success, and when a rival company makes a shooter, they look at the successful shooters and they're almost forced to mimic them because they enjoyed all that success. They use that as marketing research. Like if you guys loved Black Ops. You loved Black Ops. You loved Modern Warfare 2 because everybody bought it. And that may not be true. Even though a lot of people bought it, that doesn't mean people love it. And I think that's where the disconnect is. I think people bought it hoping for something, and then when they got it, they were like, eh. You know? I believe, and I also believe a big fraction of these guys got caught up in the hype. Because it's easy to get caught in the hype machine. Oh man, your friends are talking about it. Oh man, did you see the new Modern Warfare 3 trailer? It's gonna be awesome! They got a new trailer, they got a new engine, they got new guns, the ump is gonna be in there, they're gonna bring back the quick scoping's coming back. They're gonna bring back the nuke. It's gonna be all, and you're like, yeah. And then you get caught up in the hype machine, and then you get the game, you're like, well, this is just like Modern Warfare 2 but with hats. I am so disappointed. Yeah, shooters are, I don't know, they're kind of stale. But, like I said, games like Brink are trying. Homefront tried a little bit. There was a lot of droid warfare in Homefront. They're trying, but when you play them, you still feel it. It's like, you guys are pulling us towards that COD formula because you think we'll buy anything COD related. And some people will. That's the sad truth. So, thanks for that link. Thanks for that link. So I think that's it. Let me refresh, make sure there's no more stories here. We got a couple more. Mick Zaruba says, May BLC update, new healer and replays. Oh, Bloodlines Champions. I forgot to tell you guys. We're getting into that game. We actually played this last night on the stream. I was told about it a while ago, but I kind of rekindled it last night. And we're having a lot of fun. This is a game that requires a lot of skill. As I found out last night, I got severely wrecked because there's no button spamming. You know, it's not just, you know, there's a lot of skill involved with Bloodlines Champions, and that's why I like it. But apparently, according to this article, let's see, new healer and replays. Servers brought down, blah, 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 blah. New healer is coming to Grimrog. With the new season, we are introducing a new bloodline. It will be released in the same manner as the Reaver, and it has a preview phase that ends on June 15th when it becomes available in matchmaking. So we're going to be seeing a new healer and replays. They were talking about bringing a replay system to Bloodlines Champions. And the ability to save replays from your replay. You would need a replay pass, blah, 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 blah. So cool stuff coming to Bloodlines. So we're definitely getting into Bloodline Champions. And yes, I do know middle mouse button opens new links in a tab, and I have my middle mouse button mapped to something else. So thank you for that particular bit of knowledge. Okay, Lincoln. Hellgate London returns as a free-to-play MMO. Nice. Closed beta keys have been sent out. Uh-oh. I sense hovering adness. Continue to one up. Thank you. Whew. Okay. Hellgate London returns as a free-to-play MMO. Flagship Studios' one completed game is finally coming back to North America. I had never played this. Heard of it, but never played it. Hellgate London proved to not be a success when it launched in 2007, and they're going to do what All Points Beta did. Bring it back as free-to-play. Free-to-play seems to be the model for failed MMOs these days, huh? Not to knock this game, but I just realized that. Think about it. Let's go back in time. Let's see. Dungeons and Dragons Online. Started out as a subscription-based MMO. Went free-to-play. Lord of the Rings Online. Quite sure. Started out subscription-based. went free to play. Yeah, All Points Bulletin started out subscription base, died, came back free to play. But the free to play model works, guys. The free to play model works. And I really, and I want to go back. I'm sorry, Lincoln, but I want to go back to Bloodline Champions, because that seems like one of the few games that may be doing free to play correct. Because what happens is, a lot of times when you get free to play models, people who pay for stuff have an advantage over the players who actually don't pay for things. And I think that's why I like Bloodlines Champions, because pretty much everything in the game you can earn by playing. You don't have to pay for it. You can pay for it. You can, you know, take that that accelerated route and pay for money out of your pocket and get virtual currency and buy it. But, you know, a lot of the items you can just unlock by simply playing the game. And so that kind of makes it a level playing ground. And I really, really, really like that about Bloodline Champions. So I'm hoping more free-to-play models take that and go with it, because I'm not saying that they're the only ones who've done it. It's just saying I like that model. And when we look at a lot of free-to-play games that are coming out, especially the MMOs, they're not doing that. They're just simply not doing. They have all these exclusive items that you only have to buy. And, it's impossible to unlock. You know, you can only get this if you pay. You only get this if you pay. So it's oh well. All right, guys. I think that's all the links. Thanks for that, Lincoln. Hellgate London. And yeah, we're over an hour already, so I think I'm gonna end it there. All right. PSP titles being remastered for PS3. This will be the last one. PSP titles being remastered for PS3. Sony announced PSP Remaster series of titles be shipped on Blu-ray discs for the PlayStation 3 first time in Japan. So the games will be customized and developed specifically for PS3 and include additional features such as 6-axis support. So if you're into some PSP games, you'll be happy to know that they're going to be remastered for the PS3. I think there were some other announcements regarding being able to play these games on both the PS3 and the PSP. I'm not sure. I think I read something about that. Okay. It's that time again. Guess what time it is again? Yeah. It's title time, folks. And what we do here is that you guys come up with titles for the show based on the stories we talked about. And here they come. Titles. Woo, boy, look at them flow. Huh. I'm going to wait for them to get going a little bit. All right. Update day. First one from Fish Twit. Pickled Undead says, update your personality for prom. When you go to the prom with me? Great. I have to pay $171 million to Sony. I don't even own the PS3. Zipper your gear for Modern Warfare. I don't care 3. No. Zipper your gear for Modern Warfare. Don't care 3. Staff unzippered after SOCOM 4 completion. I knew I should have gotten the PS3 fire insurance. This is it. Winnie the Pooh. Next game on my list. Terraria update. Minecraft update news. And Brink. Okay, let's see the new Minecraft update. Oh wow, that's a lot of bug fixes. Steam takes stink out of Brink. Oh, that's brilliant. Zipper reduces staff while Sony reduces revenue. Ooh. That's good too. Terraria update. Next Cole's case, the case of the overheating PS3. No more bed bugs and beds on Terraria. Oh, I like that. LA Noire burning up the PS3. Modern Warfare 3. DLC PS3 maps for free. PSN hacked. Again. Sony will gloat, no Noire. I like that. Modern Warfare 3, have you seen my hat? Direct to Drive is now direct to sold. Fail? Go free to play. Feel free to update your bloodline. Terraria ain't got no bed bugs no more. Marcus notches it up with a huge update. It's kind of hard to say. Don't let the Terraria bed bugs bite. Dear Sony, how's your relationship again? Alright, cool. Alright, these are great titles, guys. I think I got my three. Here. Let's see. First one I'm going to choose is the Steam takes the stink out of Brink. I like that one. I really do like that one. If I can find it. There it is. I didn't scroll down far enough. Steam takes stink out of Brink. And let's see. There was one about LA Noire, I think it was. Is that Pickled Undead or Luxembourg? Oh, it was Nick Fun Stuff. Next Cole's case, the case of the overheating. I don't know. I don't like the wording. I like the idea. I don't like the wording though. It's kind of hard to say. Next Cole's case, the case of the overheating piece. It's kind of hard to say. I'm gonna go with Lucifer. Zipper reduces staff while Sony reduces revenue. That's going to be the second one. I'll paste these in the chat. I'm putting them in Notepad now. I think it was Big MacBook who had one. Terraria ain't got no bed bugs no more. Alright. Let's choose one more. We're going to go with 4 this time. Oh, don't let the Terraria bed bugs bite. Fish to it. Alright, those are my 4. So, 4, let's see, 3. So, is B. George here? One of these days I'm going to learn how to use that bot. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Crap. There we go. 4. So, go. Just type in the number of the title you want. Go ahead and vote in chat. And we'll give it a few more minutes. Everybody get their vote in. Okay. And the results are two. The winner is 2. Zipper reduces staff while Sony reduces revenue. So congratulations to Luxifer 6 for winning. You win, good sir. You win. Congratulations, and thank you for definitely coming up with some great titles. You guys had some good ones today. And that concludes episode 19 of Game Chat 1. I want to thank everybody for coming by. We do this every Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Come on by to the stream at justin.tv/Bwana and at live.bwana.tv. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Bwana, or you can follow me on Bwana Live, twitter.com/Bwana Live, if you want to know when I go live. And I'll be streaming periodically, so come to live.bwana.tv and follow the stream. So I want to thank everybody. Also, to join, I want you to join the forums. Go to bwana.tv/forums. That's how we started our Bloodline Champions clan, if you will. That's how we started our group. I posted on the forum. People replied there, and that's how we kind of organize things. So if you want to get involved in that stuff, Minecraft servers, if you want to get the latest on our Terraria servers and how we're coming with that, join our forums. Go to bwana.tv/forums. Real easy to sign up. We have a very nice piece of forum software waiting for you guys. So thank you all for coming by. All right, guys, that concludes episode 19 of Game Chat with Bwana. Thank you all for coming by. I will see you all next Monday.